All right, so everybody and their dog is a personal branding expert. Me included, I am a self-proclaimed personal branding expert. But what I'm going to do with this video is I'm going to give you a no BS exercise to build a personal brand. And this is how you can basically control how people perceive you, which maybe sounds a little funny, but it's very true. You can control how people perceive you when you're posting content online because you get to decide what you post about and the things that you associate with. And so I just want to walk you through this very simply. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see a little better. So, personal branding is a convoluted term, and there's tons of experts that have popped up, and just the term branding in general is confusing. The best person I've heard talk about this is Hormozy, Alex Hormozy, where he says brand is just associations of things people don't know to things that they do know. So, let me give you a couple of examples to make this clear. Let's say you've never seen a Nike sign, a Nike logo in your life, but you know who Michael Jordan is. You're actually a fan of Michael Jordan. And you see Michael Jordan and he puts on a shoe and it has this little mark, a Nike mark. Then suddenly you associate him with Nike. And so you think Michael Jordan equals Nike. And then you see maybe Tiger Woods that has a Nike sign. And you say, okay, Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods, Nike. And suddenly you start associating Nike with all of these people who just dominate with sports. Okay, example two. You post a picture of you smiling with your family, and then you post a picture with you smoking a cigarette. Like people are going to think two very different things. They're going to think family friendly dude, and then whatever they're going to think about you smoking, right? And then speaking of Tiger Woods, example three, during the Tiger Woods debacle, he lost many of his sponsorships because brands didn't want to associate with infidelity. So kind of sucks for him, but he has decided to associate his life and his brand with infidelity, and then a lot of people left. So if brand is just associations, how do we control how people perceive us? So you basically decide what values and what things you want people to associate with you. So for example, in my case, I want people to associate value, being proactive, co-writing, free work, consistency, clear thinking, getting an ROI, being reputation first, B2B lead generation, social selling system, personal development, the right 1,000 followers, power of a personal brand, lots of demand, little supply, long-term gains with long-term people, premium price clients, and high service, high quality. So those are all things that I want to bring up again and again and again so that people just start to associate me with those things. Okay. And then you have to decide, as far as people go, who do you want to associate with and who do you not want to associate with? So people I want to associate with, you can see some of these people: the Hormozys, Nicholas Cole, Dickie Bush, Kieran Drew, Nathan Boss, Stephen Ullman, Alex Latherick, Chris Kerner, Nick Lewinsky, Sam Thompson, Charlie Light, Jesse Pujji. These are people I respect. And I want to continue, whenever I talk about people, like it's probably going to be something along these lists. Maybe there's a few other people, but I like their brand. I like what they associate with, and I want to be associated with them. Okay. So if they're not on this list, guess what? I'm probably not going to talk about them. And then you have to do the opposite. What do you not want to associate with? And who do you not want to associate with? You can see right here, I've purposefully left this blank because I don't want you to see what I don't want to associate with and who I don't want to associate with, because you're going to associate me with them. Like if you talk about cigarettes all the time, like even if you're saying don't smoke cigarettes, people are going to associate you with cigarettes. So you never want to mention, you don't want to trash these people. You just don't want to go after or talk about them at all. Just no association whatsoever with the things you don't want to be associated with. And that's how you do it. So if you want to do this for yourself, this is how. Start with step one, list 10 things you want people to associate you with. And so this could be company values. What are the biggest benefits of your product or service? What do your customers care about? What's a unique thing about the way that you do business? How are you different than competitors? And if you could tie these into your niche or category, that's even better, because if you're just talking about exercise, but you sell B2B lead gen, it's like, it's not very relevant. And so you kind of want to make, even though this is a personal brand, you still want to tie it into the offer that you have and the service that you provide. Second, list 10 people that you want to associate with. And so think, who do you admire on different social platforms? Who would, if you could have you could get interviewed by anybody in the world, like who would you want to interview you? And like, who would you want to associate with? Then 10 things that you do not want people to associate you with. So this would be, what do competitors do that you hate? What is a taboo in your industry or business? What is the opposite of your business values? What things cause you to lose respect for people? What kind of clients do you not want to attract? List those out and then just avoid talking about those things. Next is list 10 people you do not want to associate with. So these could be people who you think are scammers of some sort. They could be just have completely opposite values. They care about growing massive followings versus I care about driving leads. Whatever it is, and make a list. And then, like I said, don't ever talk about those people or comment on their stuff. Don't associate with them at all. And then lastly, when you write content, look at that list, include the associations you want people to know about you and include those people, and then avoid the ones that you don't. It's really that simple. You can review this weekly, monthly, quarterly, and adjust kind of your personal branding guidelines. But this is how you can control how people perceive you. Very, very powerful idea. I hope this is helpful.